Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another Subbie Sunday. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at Lifewithsymone, and follow my business page at Brishari because the restocks and the news drops is coming. But y'all, I know I've not done a Subbie Sunday in so long. Y'all gotta bear with me because this is like my least favorite video to do. Like out of all the videos I do, like vlogging, my story times, Q&As, these it's not even the fact that this is like my least favorite to record, kinda, but also like to edit, it's like the worst. So it's sometimes it'd be like but that's not why I haven't been posting them, honestly. It's because I actually been busy. Like if I don't post something, it's because clearly I have something to do and my rest is important. So if I don't have time, it's like, okay, I didn't have time to like push through. So yeah, if I say I'm gonna post something and I don't, do not come and be like, girl, where the video at? Because people don't even be like, hey, are you okay? How you doing? It just be like, girl, you said you dropping a video, where's the video? Baby, I do have a life outside of YouTube too and things I gotta handle. So yeah, I might not post when I say I'm gonna post, but y'all do see I post frequently. Like I post a lot. I don't be going for weeks at a time, months at a time. So bear with me. Okay, so let's get into this Subbie Sunday. I'm literally recording this on, well, now it's Sunday because it's midnight. Okay, so this one is titled, I Was Left Out of Galentine's Day. Let's see. It says, hey cousin, this happened recently and I want your thoughts and opinions. A coworker slash friend of mine had a Galentine's Day party this past weekend, but I didn't get invited. We can call her Shanice. We've worked together since 2022. We talk every single day. Most recently, I had a New Year's Eve kickback and she came. We had a good time at the kickback. We went downtown to the club. 3 weeks after the kickback, a group of us went to go eat at a bar after work. She planned it and invited me. We had a good time. Again, maybe mid-January, a coworker slash friend of mine, we'll call her Brittany, mentioned to me that Shanice was supposed to be planning an event on or around February 7th. Because we have been talking about how much fun we had at the New Year's Eve kickback and we all wanted to get together again. I knew this information before the after work outing at the bar. I just never said anything. And on February 7th, another one of my coworkers, a guy named PJ, asked me if you're going to the Galentine's party. I knew then that it was Shanice's party. Mind you, he's a part of the group that went out to the bar after work. Plus, he sees me and this girl talk every single day, so he just assumed I was invited. After Brittany first told me that Shanice was planning this party, I started fishing for more information. One day, me and Shanice were working directly across from each other, facing each other with maybe a foot or two between us. She was talking for 8 hours. I was saying stuff like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do for my birthday. I don't know if I want it to be all girls or girls and guys, like the kickback was. What do you think? My birthday is at the end of February. She gave her input and then mentioned that she wanted to plan a pool party during the spring when it starts to warm up again. She refused to mention the Galentine's party. So a day or so after the Galentine's party, Shanice come walking up to me talking like normal. I asked her how was the party and she says, what party? With the craziest look slash nervous smile on her face. I said, I thought you had a Galentine's party. She says, oh yeah, it was okay, and then proceeds to tell me all of the drama surrounding the party. Things that happened during the planning process, but she couldn't tell me when it was happening because she didn't want me to know about the party. During this conversation, she lets me know that there were 14 girls that came to the party. She was saying somebody else, a guy, wanted to invite, but it was intimate, girls only event. What is intimate about 14 girls in a 1-bedroom apartment? Also telling me that I didn't make the cut, but 14 other girls did. Later that day, me and Shanice were talking again. Our coworker PJ walks up and says, man, why y'all invite my girl Jazz to the Galentine's party? So they started talking, and her reasoning for not inviting me is that Jazz never want to do anything and she probably would have thought the group of girls was childish. I'm 27 and she's 24. Mind you, we've been to a kickback, the club, a bar within the past 2 months, but I don't want to do nothing and I'm boring. Oh, and before I forget, when I had my New Year's Eve kickback, she suggested that I invite this girl that she's friends with. I said no because I haven't talked to that girl in over a year, but I made it clear I had no problem with the girl. I just didn't want her in my new apartment when we haven't spoken in so long. Shanice still came to the kickback even though her friend wasn't invited, and we still had a good time. Also that the girl is older than me, so she could be around the group and not think they're childish. How could I be any different? Also, the girls that was invited to the kickback were all invited to the Galentine's Day party, but I wasn't. So at least half of the party are people I also know and clearly like to invite to my own kickback. So why would I think they're childish? Anyway, she showed me videos of the party, pajamas, cupcakes, a toast with their champagne glasses, a fruit platter, gift bags, etc. It didn't seem childish, and I know I would have enjoyed it if I had been invited. Now onto the subject of my birthday. After showing me the videos from the Galentine's Day party, Shanice really had the nerve to ask me what my plans were for my birthday, as if she's invited. Is that not crazy? You literally just showed me videos of all the girls at the event. that I was purposely excluded from, and then have the nerve to ask me what are we doing for my birthday. What happened to me being born and not wanting to do nothing? Why ask what I'm doing for my birthday? Assume it's nothing. Also, the other girls I talk to every single day have not asked Jazz why I didn't come to the Valentine's Day party. I text Brittany and asked her how was the party, and she said it was fun. She said yeah, and I told her I was happy to hear that. I also assumed her response would be, it would be so much more fun if you were there, but no, none of them have spoken on my absence. Was it announced that I wouldn't be invited, so don't mention it to me? Brittany mentioned it to me early on, but never said anything else about it for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe she slipped up. Cousin, am I tripping or is this crazy? What should I do? Is she mad that I didn't invite her friend to the New Year's Eve kickback? Clearly not mad enough to stop talking to me every single day. I've also struggled to make friends, but things like this are discouraging me from even trying. My feelings get hurt so easily. Purposely excluding anybody is just me. So with this, I feel like that is messed up that she didn't invite you, but honestly I feel like she probably didn't invite you because the other girl was coming, and even though you said it wasn't beef, she probably felt like it was. But I do think that they probably talk about you behind your back, because for none of them to mention it and y'all all talk, y'all all friends, y'all all hung out outside of work more than once, I feel like for sure they talked about you behind your back, because nobody even asked, well, unless they asked her. So of course, for sure, she said something to them, because they probably didn't, like, okay, let's say they didn't mention it before, but say, like, if they mentioned at the party, like, oh, where are you at? And she probably just mentioned it, like, oh, she not coming. Or they could have had, like, a separate group chat or something for real, and she probably was just like, oh, I'm not inviting her because of this situation, or she don't like this person or something like that. I don't know, but I feel like it is weird for her still to think that, like, oh, you finna be invited to my party. Because honestly, if she felt like it was an issue, I think that's something she could have just addressed. Like, she could have just been like, hey girl, well, I don't know if you and what's it called have a problem, but this person is gonna be at my party, and yeah, you can come if you want to. Like, you know, instead of just excluding you. I feel like that's messed up. One thing I do realize too is that your coworkers is not your friends. Sometimes you can meet like good friends out of work, but honestly, like, your coworkers is really your coworkers. Like, I feel like you should keep the relationship at bay until really it just kind of build up and really get to that point. But I feel like after a few links and hanging out, don't look at these people as your friends, because honestly they not. Like, I've done that before where I looked at people as being my friends, and then it would get back to work and it'd be like some messy shit or something like that long down the line. It'd be like, damn, we went outside of work, I thought we was cool, you know? So honestly, I feel like don't close the door on meeting friends, because I know it do seem hard and it's not easy, but it's just like, I feel like people you see, like, with coworkers, it be kind of hard, because like you really could, I feel like people that y'all in each other's space like every day, it's kind of like hard, because with that clearly it's not really genuine, because it's like, if we friends and we talk every day and you didn't invite me because you're gonna assume I don't want to be there, it's kind of weird, you know? We talk every day, you could have asked me. So I feel like, yeah, like, you don't have to like completely cut her off, but when it comes down to anything, just know, don't let your feelings get involved, because for sure that girl is looking at you as a coworker and not your friend. So don't look at them in that way neither. But that is messed up, girl. I feel like you could speak on how you feel about it to her if you want to, but honestly, it might just make the situation more weird, but you could still like bring it up, especially if you did something for your birthday and you didn't invite her. And if she tried to mention it, you could tell her like, oh, well, you know, I wasn't invited, like, not to be like petty or nothing like that, but like, you know, I'm just returning the same energy. But thank you so much for sharing, sis. And again, don't worry about them. 2025 is going to be good, and you're going to meet some good friends, and you're going to make some strong bonds. So don't even worry about your coworkers, because them hoes weird. That's what I forgot to mention too. I feel like the other coworkers probably didn't even like mention it too much or say, oh, it would have been fun if you was there. Because clearly the girl who threw the party, I feel like she was saying something behind your back. So clearly I think they just didn't want to get involved, because again, like, they're looking at you as a coworker and not more like a friend. Because if they looked at you as like a friend and it was this situation, it would have been like, oh no, let me tell her. But honestly, I feel like she probably did say something, and they just didn't want to get involved. So of course that's probably why they didn't like say like, oh, why weren't you there? Because, you know, then that's gonna open up a door to be more like messy, especially if girl already told them like, nah, she ain't come to my party because such and such, you know? So I feel like with them, like Brittany and whoever else, is really more like, they're just like, I don't want the drama, I'm not trying to get involved in this situation. That's them. So I wouldn't kind of really take it out on them, because, you know, like, it wasn't their party, so like, you can't really be mad at them for the situation. But a girl that you talk to every day, I feel like most definitely. All right, you guys, so let's get into our next story. So this one is titled, My Husband and I Both Ended Up in Jail. Long story alert. Let's see what happened. I gotta fold my legs for this one. Okay, so it says, hey Symone, girl, you're my friend and don't even know it. I'm your Scorpio sister and I feel like we'll have so much in common. Hey sis, girl. But let me get to the story on how my husband and I thought we were Bonnie and Clyde. Please call me P and my husband T. Backstory, me and my husband have been together for 19 years and married for 11. So you know that's my writer and my best friend. On this day, me and my sister-in-law was kicking it, just riding around, you know, vibing. We live in a small town in Mississippi where we literally knew the police officers by name. For whatever reason, we was pulled over. The officer asked me for my license and I was honest and informed him that they were suspended. My sister-in-law on the passenger side had been drinking, so she gave me the okay to drive home and park the car. Mind you, he told me not to be out driving. Yeah, okay. Fast forward later that night, my sis and I went to my friend's birthday party. We was lit. T ends up at the same party. We all ride home together with me driving and dropping my sis off at home. As we get close to our apartment complex, blue and red lights are flashing behind me. At this point, I know I'm going to jail. And the car will be towed because I know they ain't letting T drive. He was fucked up. I guess T was thinking what I was thinking and looks at me dead in my eyes and say, take us home. And I did exactly that. We was right there, so why not? The cop was heated. It was the same cop from earlier that day. He immediately told me to get out of the car and said, didn't I tell you to park this car? I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I then had to walk a straight line with my heels on and did. Then he wanted to give me a breathalyzer test. I blow 3 times, so I assumed I passed, right? So now he want to search the car. They ended up finding a little 4-bar that belonged to T. Because I was going to jail already, I told the officer it was mine. I thought I was a ride or die, right? In my eyes, I needed my man out so he could come get me out of jail. My husband and I are playing in these cops' face at this point. My man yelling, fuck them, babe, I'm coming to get you. And my ass was like, I won't be in y'all custody long, fuck boys. We head to the jail, I get in. They want to give me another breathalyzer test. And all I could think is they trying to set me up. On top of that, I remember my daddy telling me to never blow. So I refused once I got to the jail. Tell me why? My husband is there before me in jail. I'm like, what the hell? Long story short, they found Tree under his seat and they beat me to the jail. Now we both there and I could see him across the room with the other man. He yelling because the man was trying to holler at me and I'm looking the fuck good. Mind you, I got my club clothes. They threatened to put him in a hole because he wasn't having them ninjas trying me. We stayed in there 12 hours. I was charged with reckless driving, refusing to stop, speeding, refusing to blow, and charged for the bar. My mother-in-law bailed us out and she was pissed. All of the charges was dropped, of course, because I'm spoiled and my daddy got me a good attorney. Sorry for the long story. Let me know if you want to hear about the time I went to jail and forgot I had Tree in my pocket. Here's a picture of me and my husband for your eyes only, of course. Girl, y'all is so funny. Hold on, let me look at this picture. Oh, y'all is cute. Y'all, it's funny because now that I'm seeing this picture of y'all, I can really picture everything that y'all did that night. And I am dying laughing because not y'all over here yelling at the police. And then him being there too is crazy. Like, what are the odds? But that's good y'all got out. I know y'all probably look back at that story and just be dying laughing. It's funny that he gonna tell you, take us home. And you really was like, skirt. That's funny because once he told you to go, you left. You was on go. I know y'all most definitely be having a time, because if he gonna tell you to keep going when the police pull y'all over and you gonna keep going, I know y'all be lit. Yes, we want the other stories, girl. Thank you so much for sharing. That was funny. I like that. That was a funny, cute little story or whatever. So go ahead and send the other. All right, you guys, so let's get to the next story. This one is titled My Crazy Florida Trip. Sorry, it's long. Let's get into it. Hey, Symone. My name is Blank. For this story time, I'm gonna go by Nay. Okay, so boom. This was a family trip that I was taking with my mom's side of the family. They had rented this really big Airbnb. You know, the ones with the game rooms and character rooms. So we get to the Airbnb and I roomed with one of my cousins. So time passed and I was unpacking, looking in my purse, and I see that I had brought a little tree with me. So I tell my cousin and her ass tell me to just spark it up in the room and open up the window. I gave her the most what the fuck look and told her to let's go on a walk. We go on a walk, we hitting it, and we decide to walk on the street. As we're walking the car, boom, by. But we heard someone say, hey. We look and notice the car had busted a U-turn to come next to us. Now, I'm not going to say I look chopped, but I definitely wasn't in my prime. I was cute, just looked a little young. So they come around and the boys started talking to my cousin and they exchanged info and they left. We walked back to the house and, you know, spray down and stuff. Then we go and she was already texting the boy, by the way. But she already putting it in my ear that we was plotting or gonna go see if they was gonna do. So time passed and I take a nap. And here go my cousin shaking me awake talking about, he told me to wake you up. I'm like, bitch, who? And she said a guy from earlier. Mind you, it's like 2 a.m. So she told me like he wanna go pick us up and to check my Instagram. So I go look at it and a ninja in my DM that I never seen before. So I look and he said, hey, let me know when y'all get here. So I'm like, you must be one of his homeboys. Yeah, he finna come pick y'all up with my other homeboy. So I was like, okay, cool, I guess. So we get dressed and freshen up and we get ready to sneak out. So he texts her and is like, he close, so he's like, come out. So we snuck out the back by the pool and we waiting. He not there, so we decided to go back in. After like 5 minutes, my cousin said, come on, he ready now. So we sneak out again. Mind you, this is a house of 15 people and kids and adults. So we leave and we get in the car. They chopping it up, asking questions, regular shit. So we pull up to a similar style Airbnb. Symone, when I say as soon as we stepped in, a ninja sleep on the couch, bottles everywhere, and the only light on was in the kitchen. So I text the boy, we just gonna give him the name RQ. To my side is gonna be named Dirk, and the one for my cousin gonna be named Locks. So Locks start asking us if we want to drink, so we both get some, but not too much because we still gotta sneak back in the house. By a good time or we gonna get caught. So Locks and Dirk walk away and start talking to Dirk. And all back in was like, you ready to go upstairs? And Locke went to my cousin and they started walking into the room. So I go upstairs to this man's room. We was small talking and talking about college and tattoos and shit. So then we get to the nasty. We do it, then he cleans up and then steps out of the room. He was gone for like 5 minutes and then came back. And I'm not gonna lie, we did it again. But then when we got done, Locks came in the room and was like, you want to come have fun with me? Anyone, why was they trying to switch up at this point? I put my clothes on and I start heading downstairs to get my cousin. Because shit feeling weird at this point. And also it's getting close to the times that we got to go back to the house. So I'm waiting and they still in there trying to do the nasty. So I go open up the fort and I'm like, girl, let's go. These ninjas need to take us home. So she get dressed and Dirks and Locks take us home. So we sneaking back in and tell me why we successfully do it and start chopping it up about 10 minutes later. Why my auntie come in the room to check up on us and we fake sleep. But that was a one night stand. Never spoke to that ninja again. I eventually unfollowed him. Now this is just a funny bad kid memory. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed it and I love you so much, girl. Bye. Girl, first of all, you and your cousin just stressed me out with this story because what? That is crazy. I know it's just like an experience, but I do want to say to like my younger supporters that are watching me, do not. And I'm not judging you at all. Like, this is not me judging you because I don't be judging y'all because y'all, this is y'all life. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. But I'm just saying to my young supporters that do watch, like, do not. Like, if you go somewhere out of town, you're younger and you sneaking out to do something like that, do not do it because 9 times out of 10, them dudes was way older. And then 2, anything could happen. Nobody know where you at. You don't know these people. Like, literally anything could happen. Like, how they took them home, it was like, thank God they did take them home because you see the other boy came up in there and was like, oh, my turn. Basically, they could have did anything. Anything could have happened. So, like, good thing that it did not go in that way, you know. But it's like just being in that situation and now it's like, damn, who can I call because I'm not even supposed to be here, you know. But I feel like if you are ever put in a situation like that, if you was to sneak out doing something you're not supposed to, if you ever feel uncomfortable, get yourself in trouble before you put yourself through something way crazier. Like, if the situation is going bad and you notice it's going left, get yourself in trouble. Call for help. Do not sit there and put yourself in a bad situation because it could lead to something way more dangerous. And I'm pretty sure your parents or whoever would, if in a situation like that, would wish like, damn, I wish they would have just called me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be mad at you. I ain't gonna trust you. You ain't gonna be able to do shit, but I would have wished you would have called me. But again, I know this ain't one of them stories like that, but it just made me think like I did want to send a message out to my younger supporters that do watch me. Even the ones that's older, like that's not sneaking out. Like, be careful when you meet up with people because this is a crazy world. But thank you so much for sharing. All right, you guys, so we about to do the last but not least story. I'm gonna do 4 this time since I have been missing out. So let's get into it. This one is titled When Spinning the Block Backfires. Oh, let's get it. So it says, hey Symone, I've been listening to your story times for months and I really enjoy them. I thought I might include a story from this current holiday season to help entertain your listeners. Thank you, girl. This started 5 years ago when I met a random guy, we'll call him Anthony, online. After a few days of talking, we decided to meet up at a bar and the chemistry was strong. We ended up making out in his car and then going back to his place to hook up. As the weeks went by, we continued to hook up and I was always the one getting us rooms to meet up. Out of convenience, now that I look back, I was being so thirsty and giving sugar mama energy for real. Toward the end, I felt like I was losing interest because when I would reach out to hook up, he would not call or text me back right away or say he was hanging out with his friends. Then would hit me up later and then ghost me for the night. Meanwhile, I paid for a room and I am waiting there for him to visit like an idiot. The final straw came when I booked the room and he agreed to come only to ghost me for the entire night again. For the second time, I was so upset, so I ended up blocking him and moving on with my life. Fast forward to 2024, around Christmas, he sends me a text out of the blue wishing me a happy holiday, but I didn't even remember who he was at first until he sent the photo. Since it has been 5 years, I was not as upset, so I thought he wanted to meet up for a date, and I decided that I would meet up with him to go to the movies. We ended up talking about things we were up to over the years, and he mentioned that he had been in a 3-year relationship and she cheated on him. I started laughing like, wow, thinking to myself, karma's a bitch. So after the movie, we ended our goodbyes. A day later, I reached out saying I wanted to hook up, but I want him to hang out with me for the day and the night, and he agrees. The minute I say this, all the emotions came back bubbling to the surface, and I felt like I was being thirsty again. So I texted him back that I felt like he basically ghosted me all those years ago to talk to that other woman and ended up ghosting me to start dating her. Now you're coming back because she cheated and you wanted to use me to boost your ego. I told him I didn't think that I could let that go ever and offered to be a friend, and I requested that he friend zone me and find another woman who is actually his type so he won't have to ghost her, lol. He says, I appreciate your honesty and I'm sorry, but I was not buying it. So to test him, I invite him out for a hike/walk as friends, lol. He proceeds to agree, then texts me back hours later saying that he's going to his sister's house and that he's not sure when he will get back, to conveniently allowing him to skip my offer. So I text him back that he should never spin the block and he should keep looking until he finds whatever he's after, rather than bothering me after 5 years. I also asked him to delete my number. After I sent that message, I blocked him, and a day later he attempted to text me Happy New Year, and I ignored it. The moral of the story is, ladies, never spin the block or pick up a discard no matter how much time go by. Eventually, time rarely changes a person's character. If they were grimy in 2003, they'll be grimy in 2016, period. If you decide to block someone, I recommend never contacting or accepting communication from them again. Advice I plan on following myself moving forward. I should not have even responded to this man. I almost slipped up, but I was able to come to my senses and snap out of it. My pride is more valuable to me than his attention. I love that message, sis. Like, you really hit it on the head with that. And yes, that is so true. I'm happy that you did. We ended this Subbie Sunday off with don't spin the block, because y'all know it's about to heat up. It's about to be summertime. It's about to be, springtime soon. Do not spin that block. If you go to spring break somewhere and you run into him out and about, do not spin that block. If he calling you and say, oh, you looking good, I seen you been in the gym getting your body, do not spin that block. Don't spin the block. I don't give if your homegirls put you in a spinning chair, spins you around, and you just hopped about the chair and you seen him. Do not spin the block, because these niggas is gonna waste your time. Move forward. Do not let your past to keep following you into your future, because the only thing it's gonna do is stop you from the path that you're going on. Do not continue to repeat them cycles. 2025, we're not doing that, sis. We're not letting these niggas keep distracting us from our goals. We're not letting the past keep coming back and forth, coming back to hunt us. No, we moving forward and we making better decisions. Okay, y'all hear me? Period. So thank you guys so much for sharing. Again, if you want to share your story, send it to Symonestorytimes@yahoo.com. Don't send it anywhere else. If you send it to any of my other emails, I will just delete them. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video, because the likes never match the views, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Peace out.